Alright, in this video we are going to make a fall themed picture of some colorful fall corn. So you may have seen corn for sale at like a market or at a roadside stand, and it's super colorful corn. It has purples and reds and bluish colors in with the yellow. So that's the inspiration for today, and sometimes people use that as a fall decoration. So we are going to make one of those ears of corn, and I'm thinking of how do I want it to lay on my paper. So maybe straight across, maybe you want it to be diagonal, but I'm going to start with a curve so it looks like a little smile. This is going to be the top of the ear of the corn. It's going to have some of its stalks, the corn husk. Stalk is what it grows on. So that is the corn husk that's been pulled back and some of the leaves that have been left behind. To actually make the corn, we are going to do a lot of ovals. So I'm starting in the center and I'm making a row of ovals. I'm not going to go the whole way to the edge of the paper, but I'm going to go close. So nice big stalk ear of colorful corn. And as it gets towards the end, it gets smaller. So that's why I have some small ones there. Now I'm going to go next to that and do the same thing. So I'm not making half circles, because if you've eaten corn off the cob, and I bet many of you have, because I have, when you eat corn off the cob, each one has its own kernel. It's not a half a kernel, it's a whole kernel. So smaller and less as it gets to the bottom. Come on the other side. And it looks like I have room for one more on this side. Your hand might get tired. You could take shake break. Be okay if they were slightly smaller ovals on our most outside rows. And it looks like there's room for one up here. Boy, you are going to be like an expert kernel or oval maker by the end of this, because this is a lot of exercise for our hands. Using my crayon on a white piece of paper. So if you're doing art from home, you'll do the same thing. If you're with me in person, we're actually using crayon on a manila paper, because I have a lot of extra manila paper, and this is going to get all colored in. So it's a good time to use that. All right, that looks like a nice ear of corn. I'm going to put my name on it. I should have done that first. I forgot in the video. Sorry. So my name is on it. To fill in the background, I am going to put some leaves underneath. So you'll need to go on a little leaf scavenger hunt. If you don't have any leaves, you could just hand draw some leaves in there. So I'll just show you a little bit of that, or maybe you want to combine it. So picking any color that you like. I was thinking of a fall color. You could draw some leaves in to fill up the space in the background if you don't have any. If you are able to find some leaves outside, and I'm at school and I just went out in the courtyard and I was able to find these. Some of them have better texture in them than others. But here's the top of the leaf, the part we normally think about and see. We actually want to flip it upside down, because that's where we can really see and feel the veins of the leaf. That's going to get tucked underneath of my paper. I need to kind of know where it is. Knowing where it is, picking a color to go over that. And that shows up. So instead of having a plain white background, I'm going to fill my background in by putting leaves underneath and showing this beautiful leaf texture. I'm going to move the leaf, use it in another spot. I have to know where it is, right? So I'm kind of using this hand as my guide. And I'm going to use this color again on this leaf. So I'm pressing pretty firmly in order to see that leaf texture. Again, if you don't have leaves available, just draw some leaves to fill up the space in the background. I'm going to speed this up now because it's pretty boring to just watch me do my leaves. So I'll put it on fast forward just so you can see what it will look like. All right, so I've created a nice background now with a cool leaf texture. I was putting them close to each other and starting near the corn that I had drawn and going out from there. So if I end up with white spaces left when I'm done with my art making time for the day, they look like they're planned and intentional. You could certainly continue filling up your page if you had time and you wanted to. So I think mine looks good like this. So I am done with day 1 of my art making for my fall corn.